Good afternoon. Welcome back to Passion World Talk Radio Network, a wholly owned subsidiary of Global Media Network, LLC. And this is a special report brought to you by Passionate World Talk Radio Network. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. That's the oath that our current President of the United States took before he entered his Oval Office in the White House. However, somewhere between his oath of office in January and October 2025, things have gone awry. Our current administration states it won't tap emergency funds to pay food aid. This administration won't pay from a contingency plan, and that can afford to pay at least $9 billion starting November 1st for nearly 42 million Americans who rely on the nation's largest anti-hunger program, according to a memo obtained by Politico. The USDA said in the memo that it won't tap a contingency fund or other nutrition programs to cover the cost of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which is set to run out of federal funds at the end of October. This contingency fund for SNAP, SNAP, currently holds roughly $5 billion, which would not cover the full $9 billion needed by the administration to fund November benefits. And even if the administration did partially test funds, it would take weeks to out the money on a pro rata basis, meaning most low-income Americans would miss their November food benefits anyway. In order to help his ability to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States, this administration refuses to do anything about it. Now, if it was contingency fund, this is my opinion, for that ballroom he's installing, I bet he would have no problem getting that fund out for the construction. Congressional Democrats and anti-hunger groups have urged him to keep the SNAP benefits flowing in to November. And they're even arguing that the federal government is legally required to tap other funds to pay for the program. But senior officials have told Politico that by using those other funds, it wouldn't leave money for future emergencies and other food aid programs. Really? Another opinion of cutting all food to the food pantries and helping people obtain food and cutting all the monies for school programs to feed the kids breakfast and lunch. Administration Officials expect Democratic governors and anti-hungry groups to sue over the decision not to tap the contingency fund for SNAP, according to two people who were granted anonymity to describe private views. And of course, what do you do when you fail to do your duty? Well, you blame somebody else. It's the Democrats' fault for the lapse in funding due to the repeated votes against the House-passed stopgap funding bill, which eliminates insurance for lower-class citizens of the United States, a republic to which we stand. Now, this current administration stepped in to shore up funding for key farm programs this week after identifying Pentagon funds to pay active duty troops earlier. Yes, well, opinion he needs the Army to maintain and to turn into federal troops to crack down on U.S. citizens. USDA said that in the memo, which was first reported by Axios, AXIOS, that it cannot tap the contingency fund because it's reserved for emergencies such as natural disasters. Opinion, really? I guess as long as you don't live in the blue states, it's fine. The Republicans get all the money they need. The department also argues that using money from other nutrition programs would hurt other beneficiaries, such as mothers and babies, as well as school children who are eligible for free lunches. Comment, but he already got rid of those programs. So who is he kidding? Quote, this administration will not allow Democrats to jeopardize funding for school meals and infant formula in order to prolong their shutdown, USDA wrote in the menu. No, it's not the Democrats or the liberals. It's the Republicans. Own it. Yes, this is opinion. Free speech. Judge not, lest ye be judged. If you don't like my opinions, you don't have to agree with them. But if you're lambasting me, I'm going to lambaste you right back as my free guarantee by the Constitution. The top Democrats on the House Agriculture and Appropriation Committees, Reps Angie Craig of Minnesota and Rosa DeLauro of Connecticut, respectively, lambasted the determination Friday, saying, quote, Congress already provided billions of dollars to fund SNAP in November. It is the current administration that is taking food assistance away from 42 million Americans next month and weaponizing it, including hungry seniors, veterans, and families with children. This is perhaps the most cruel and unlawful offense that the current administration has perpetrated yet, freezing funding already enacted into law to feed hungry Americans while he shovels tens of billions of dollars out the door to Argentina and into his ballroom. Or maybe you'll get an invitation to the big dinner he has planned after the East Wing is balled up. Congress could pass a standalone bill to SNAP for November, but that would have to get through this early next week, and the House will likely need to return to prove it. Johnson said if that passes a SNAP patch, the House would address it. How jovial about feeding their fellow Americans. Representative Don Bankin, a Republican in Nebraska, said he would lean toward using their emergency funds to keep some food benefits flowing. Quote, I think the president and the GOP should do what we can to alleviate harm done by the Democrats. Unquote. Yes, well, it wasn't the Democrats who are not using the money to feed the 42 million hungry people. It is the Republicans done by a Republican president. My comment, my opinion. Don't shift the blame. We can see you, but I'm pretty sure none of you can see us. Bacon also said he would support having the House return to approve a standalone bill should the Senate pass one next week. I figured the Speaker would want to. Oh, yes, the 2026 midterm elections are coming up. Let's become angels with wings. When the president was asked by Politico on Friday whether he wants Congress to pass a standalone bill on food, he replied, I'm going to let some other people talk to you. I will have a comment on that later. But Democrats are stopping it. No, opinion, the Democrats aren't stopping it. He is. All to do is to agree to my demands, my blackmail, and we're ready to go. We voted for it many times. Oh, yes, let's use our weapons and blackmail to obtain what we can't get legally, my opinion. This is purely Democrat, he added in the Air Force One gaggle. They're doing some very bad things. I think they're lost souls. Do you know what that is? They are lost souls. Well, Mr. President, comment, it takes one to know one. Some states, including Virginia and Hawaii, have started to tap their own emergency funds to offer some benefits in the SNAP, as given states limited budgets and typical reliance on federal help to pay for anti-homes. The USDA furthermore said states cannot expect to be reimbursed that cover the cost of keeping benefits flowing. Oh, comment, a double threat. What does it tell about his oath? I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So how does this end? Well, Pearl S. Bug said it best. When the rich get too rich and the poor get too poor. When a ruler forgets his people, the people forget their ruler. And history remembers him only as one more enemy to take down. Thank you very much for joining me on this special report on emergency funding not to be tapped. And listen to the full report on November 1st. Thank you very much. And if you have any opinions, comments, or ideas that you want to hear on these special reports put out by Passionate World Talk Radio Net, please email us at PWTR, Passionate World Talk Radio Network.com or PWR Network LLC at gmail.com and let us know. This is a WE collaboration between the citizens of the United States and our internet talk radio, woman-owned, woman-operated station.